Welcome to the first official video in a series that is called Joyful You, short for Joyful University, where we speak in a critical and historical perspective about joy. This is the first part in an 8-week course called Black Joy 101, where we discuss a critical and historical perspective of Black surviving and coping mechanisms. I am your professor, Dr. Phoenix Lux. For those of you who don't know me, I am your favorite Therafairy, researcher, fantasy baddie, and soon to be professor. And Webtoons, cosplay, I do all the things. But today, we will be focusing on Black critical theory.
No, I'm Black.
I'm Black, y'all, and I'm Black, y'all.
Cause I'm Black.
I'm Black.
Black wherever I go. I'm Black.
So before we get into BlackCrit or Black critical theory, I think it's important for us to start with CRT or critical race theory, the foundation for which BlackCrit is built upon. So critical race theory is the framework that has been loosely based on the social and intellectual legal analysis of oppressive systems and the idea that race in and of itself is not biological but a social construct that unfortunately impacts marginalized communities to a larger degree. Now, Black critical theory builds upon this by examining not only the traumas and the oppressions that Black people go through, but the idea of being Black, Blackness, the state of being, not what we go through as Black people, but who we are as we go through it, and not just the things that we are attached to. So how we are going to examine Black critical theory and look at a really good example of it is through some great media. And one great example of Black critical theory and the fullness of what it means is the movie Moonlight, which is a romance drama directed by Barry Jenkins. It came out in 2016, and it follows a young Black man who is also gay and from the hood,
running around catching up all that light. In Moonlight, Black boys look blue.
and it doesn't focus on specific traumas or actions. While there are traumas and violence that are shown in Moonlight, we are following Chiron through the lens of his existence, his being, his conflicts with his sexuality, with the complexities in the relationship with his mother, with his great relationship with his mentor. And ultimately, we see the lens of love and weight of his existence as a Black gay man rising from poverty through his perspective and not a sequence of his traumas. So while we witness the traumas, we are witnessing them from the perspective of Chiron. And within that, much like many traumas, we see very intimate moments of joy and happiness and love and peace, even though they are interweaved through this great example of Black critical theory is also She's Gotta Have It by Spike Lee. And today specifically, we're going to focus on the show that was on Netflix. It did not get a third season, I don't think, but in the first 2 seasons, we are introduced to a character named Nola Darling, who is a polyamorous artist in Brooklyn trying to make it live and survive and thrive as an artist.
My ambition for the summer is to create like I've never created. Yes! To be the best partner to my partner that I can be. To get that shmoney, darling. The summer is only 3 months long.
The reason this is a great example of Black critical theory is because we focus on the nuances of Nola's relationships, the complexities they play into her identity, and how they influence her artwork. So we do not focus on the trauma that may come with being a Black queer woman who is in a non-traditional relationship. We instead are examining the experiences of a Black gay woman or a Black queer woman as she navigates love and life. So this is just a short little introduction to get the best experience of Joyful University in this series. I encourage you to also subscribe to my Substack, where I also do a more in-depth breakdown of what Black critical theory is. There's discussion posts, there are reading recommendations, and also if you have questions for me, you can drop them below in the comments, or you can find me on Blue Sky, where I'll be having discussion posts there. So I would love to hear, what movies do you think show Black critical theory that do not focus on trauma, but the experiences of Black people as they go through trauma, and it interweaves those complex things like joy and love and happiness that are often ingrained even when you are going through trauma. I hope you enjoyed this first lesson, and I will see you next week. Dr. Lux out.